Hello all, what's happening? Still not exactly sure what I'm going to call this video, but I know what I want to talk about. So let's just get right into it. In order to be successful at getting in shape, working out, exercising, whatever you want to call that, you need a plan, okay? You need an actual step by step progress tracking plan, okay? The only way you're going to succeed is by continually making progress towards your goal, whatever that particular goal is. And we're talking about physical fitness. But you don't need a plan, actually. Actually, what you need is motivation. And what I mean by that is you need a reason to do this, like a real reason, like stop kidding yourself reason, okay? Now the thing is it doesn't matter what your reason is. It doesn't matter what your reason is. It just needs to be good enough for you. I just try to post little like tips and tricks as far as exercise and working out and that kind of thing, so that if you don't happen to know what it's like to go down this path, I would give you a little bit of heads up, basically, for those of you who are trying to go down this path. So I've been down this path before. That's the thing is. I spent 5 years in the Marine Corps from age 18 to age 23, basically. And so for me, I'm actually in shape right now. I'm in pretty decent physical fitness as far as the average American is concerned, because the average American is very out of shape, very not physically capable of doing much. The problem is I don't like being average. I was instilled with this concept of what fitness is based on the Marine Corps standard. So one of my motivations is to get back into basically fighting condition, athletic condition, if you will. Other motivations kind of tied in with that is that there is aesthetic appeal to it. You look better, right? You want to look sexy. Got to work out. So, kind of my motivation are these guys right here. That to me is kind of like the epitome of what working out would accomplish. There's going to be all kinds of obstacles, reasons not to do it, and things get in your way. Check this out. I mean, that is a wooden bench, and my weights, they're not really even attached. They're zip tied, just kind of hanging loose, because this is a standard weightlifting weight, and this is an Olympic weightlifting weight. Not that any of that really matters, but check this out. I also have this. This is my tracking of basically my calisthenic workouts, and then over here I've got my tracking of me pushing weight. And I keep track of my mood too, like how did it feel when I was done with it, which is important because you need to know that kind of stuff. Because you know what, some days I work out when I'm sick or when I'm crappy or I've come off a bad shift or whatever, and so maybe I don't hit my numbers, but that's important to know, is that's the reason why. I should be working out today, but I don't think it's going to happen. Laziness is getting the best of me. That's just the way it is. I don't have any excuses for it. I'm just lazy. That's not the way I want to be. I don't want to be lazy, but today I am. But here's the thing. I've been down this road before. I've been in shape and then fell out of shape and then got back in shape. So I know what I'm getting into. So that's kind of why I'm making this video, is to kind of give you guys a heads up of what to expect. Because a lot of my friends, or I should say people I know, because I don't know that Facebook friends actually count as friends, but I like to think of you guys as friends, are getting into shape for their first time in their life. Like literally, maybe never played sports as a kid, kind of people are getting into shape. And I love that. I love that they finally found something that's motivating them to get their physical fitness under control. But I'm worried because, you know, you're going to fail. You're going to fail. Okay? you're going to not hit your numbers. You're going to not work out on the day you're supposed to. You're going to eat something stupid that you know you're not supposed to eat, and all these other distractions. They're just minor failures. They're not major failures, but these little failures, these small hiccups, and that's what it is. Like me being lazy today, that is no reason to not work out tomorrow. I'm going to wake up fresh tomorrow. I'm going to have probably a whole new list of excuses to not work out, but I'm going to try to fight them off and get back into the workout. But my point is that these little failures, these little setbacks, they can't defeat you. Okay? If your motivation sucks, if you don't have a good enough reason for doing this, they will defeat you. But here's the thing. You're not defeated until you accept defeat as reality. The very moment that you accept defeat as reality is when you are actually defeated. So as long as you're not going to allow those excuses to overcome you, you're not hitting your diet plan like you're supposed to, not hitting your weights the way you're supposed to, not hitting your cardio numbers the way you're supposed to, if you're going to let that stack up and defeat you, your motivation sucked from the beginning. That's probably why the biggest reason you never started. You found a motivation to get you started. Now you need another motivation to keep you going. Okay? So like for me, I know that I want to get back into a condition that I was in because I don't want to keep getting worse. Because I know that I started at a physical condition here, and by not working out it sloped down. And I know that if I continue to not work out, it'll get worse as I get older. And you see that in people. They look like they're 80, but they're actually only 55 because they just don't get up and move around. And I'm not trying to be like that. I'm trying to be athletic when I'm 45. I'm trying to be athletic when I'm 55. We'll see how it goes. But that's my point, is my goal is to be in shape next year. You see that? I'm not trying to get into shape for next summer. I'm trying to get in shape by this time next year to be more athletic than I am now. That's why I'm not worried about losing 5 pounds next week, or doing some sort of crash kale eating diet, whatever, avoiding gluten and all that stuff. If it works for you, fine. I'm not gonna knock it. I'm just saying, like, that's not what I'm into. Now what I did change in my diet is I've cut out my major source of sugar, which is the Hostess cakes and the Twinkies and that kind of stuff. So, but it's a lifestyle change. It's not a fad, and it's not a diet in the American sense of the word, because the word diet in America just means 6 weeks of changing what you eat. But a diet is literally just whatever you eat. That is your diet. So if you woke up and ate eggs every morning, then your diet was an egg diet. You see what I'm saying? So anyways, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. I think that's just one of the little distracting things that deters you from what you should be doing, which is, number one, have a real goal, which is to say you have a plan plus motivation, okay? And you need more than one motivation. You can't just have one motivation. You can't just, I just want to get in shape for my daughter's wedding that's coming up, or I just want to get in shape so that I can hang out with my friends who are marathon runners, or because my friends suddenly decided to become marathon runners, or whatever. You've got to find a real motivation within yourself, something within you that's calling you out to do this, because you're going to have those rainy days, and if that's all you focus on, that's all you think about, it's like another day where I have to spend time at the gym or whatever, then you're gonna fail and you're gonna be defeated. You're gonna eventually just accept that defeat. You can't pursue a path where it's failure, 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 success, failure, 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 success. And you see that pattern? Like, nobody's gonna go down that path. So you have to have success. You have to have benchmarks. You have to have real motivation that will really get you up and really get you down to the gym, to the track, to wherever it is you plan on going to do whatever it is you plan on doing. So, like, another motivation of mine is I'm not trying to be one of those people that has a chronic lower back pain because I never work out, so my back never gets strong. Or, because I do a lot of sitting at my new job, one of those people that develops bad posture, and then that creeps over into walking badly, and then I can't do any length of walking at an amusement park with my kids because daddy's out of shape, that kind of thing. So being active with my kids, that's another motivation of mine. So there's the standard motivations. I want to look good naked, want to be athletic, want to be able to keep up with my kids, don't want to develop any bad posture, bad habits. That's going to, amplify down the road. And then like as a man and as a father and as a husband, my role is to protect my family, my kids, my wife, and other innocent people around me. I wouldn't shun them away just because I don't happen to be related to them. Anybody, as a man, I feel obligated to protect the innocent. And I don't know a man that doesn't feel that way. I know plenty of boys don't feel that way. And they may be old, like 30 years old, but they're still a boy because they were never actually brought up or raised. That's another issue, though. As a man, I have to be at least strong enough to employ the tactics that will win the fight. Now, I don't care how tough you are. I don't. I know how tough I am. I ain't about to brag on that. My point is, ain't nobody tougher than a 9mm in the heart. Okay? That's why I carry this. Because no matter how tough the opponent is, he ain't tougher than a 9mm in the heart. Nobody is. But I got to be able to run fast enough to get behind that concrete pillar so that, dude shooting at me doesn't actually get me. I got to be fast enough to run to chase down the dude who's kidnapped my kid, because maybe I want to take that shot, maybe I don't. Maybe I need to run him down. If I'm in the backyard mowing and my wife's in the front yard working in the garden and I hear her scream, I got to be not a sack of crap so that I can run to my front yard after mowing and not be so completely out of breath that I can't even think straight if she's having a real life problem. See what I'm saying? So that's another motivation of mine. I made this video because most people are watching me work out now. I don't even know what the name of this video is going to be yet, but hope it helps.